Daldal, Season 1, Episode 2, Raaz. Recap and review. Episode 2 of Daldal starts with a flashback to the night of Manohar's murder. Sajid and Anant, are at the beach. They lure Manohar and his dogs to the bridge with raw chicken. Anita uses the knife to kill Manohar as Sajid encourages her. She stuffs Manohar's face with the chicken before going back to the beach, where they stand in the pouring rain. That night, Sajid sleeps in Anita's arms after abusing the drugs that she brought for him. The episode moves back to the present day, where Prabhat asks Sajid about Anant. Sajid tries to lie to Prabhat, but the latter continues to pester him about the girl. He loses his calm and asks Prabhat to stop. Meanwhile, Rita arrives at the station and coerces Inspector Kamat to let Dr. Pedler go. As Rita waits in her car, she envisions her mother, Isabella, berating her about bending the rules to save herself. Isabella mocks Rita for saving herself at the expense of sabotaging a case, which upsets her. Rita lashes out at the innocent Inspector Indu. Inspector Kamat tells Vikram how Rita had taken over the murder case. Vikram asks Kamat to give him a copy of the case files for his own research. Sanjay meets Rita in private and talks to her about the photos they took at the press event. He asks her to ignore the murder case. Sanjay asks Rita to take over a high-profile case of an actress being stalked to keep her name in the media. The two take new photos for the press, and it is clear that Rita is not happy with the responsibilities that came with her promotion. In her cabin, she gets a call from Adi, who asked her to meet his mother over dinner. Rita agrees to the dinner, while Adi looks at the ring he had purchased to propose to Rita before they decided to end their relationship. On the other hand, Anant, goes back home, where she tends to her paralyzed and bedridden uncle, Kaka, a former cop. She teases the old man with a cigarette he cannot smoke, which infuriates him. Rita goes through the Manohar murder case files and finds Manohar's phone. She searches his photos and learns that Manohar was a selfless social worker who dedicated his pension funds to feeding stray dogs. Meanwhile, Anita is going through the news reports she has written over the years. She reads about the local saviors she once praised in her articles, who had surprisingly fallen from grace, which she also wrote about. Indu calls Anita in for questioning because of her involvement in the murder of Manohar. At the station, Jatin talks to Anita before she is called in for questioning. Rita shows Anita a photo of herself from Manohar's phone. Anita reveals that she had interviewed Manohar for an article. The two women debate about their respective roles as a cop and a journalist. As Anita leaves, she overhears Indu talking to someone on the phone about a similar murder case from 2018. That night, Vikram is having drinks with Kamat as they talk about Rita and how she was being a menace to the male cops in their department. Meanwhile, Indu tells Rita about similar 2018 murders with the same MO as that of Manohar's. She claims that Manohar's daughter lives in the USA. Indu claims that all the victims were good men and public saviors. Rita asks Indu to compare the similarities in the cases. She is so swamped with the investigation that she forgets the dinner with Adi and his mother. That night, Anita shows up at the rehab to meet Sajid. She tells Sajid that Prabhat is lying to him and asks him to abandon the man. Sajid has full faith in Prabhat, but when the old man shows up with Sajid's phone in his hand, Sajid is shocked as the episode comes to an end. This show does a great job at highlighting the favoritism based on gender in workplaces, and what better workplace to shed light on this theme than the Indian Police Department. We are seeing performative inclusivity, and the Commissioner of Police talks to another cop about how he is promoting a female officer to a higher post, not because of her talent, but because they have a box to check. We can also see how easy some women have it for them because men like Jatin will sabotage their entire career just to get with a woman, not realizing the threat she could pose to an actual murder case. Anita seems to be a damaged character who is acting irrationally and murdering people. We can also sense that both Anita and Sajid are toxic lovers who keep instigating each other to commit a crime. I am keen to see where this story goes, as it looks very interesting at this point.